Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Wacky Wednesdays!
Wacky Wednesdays!
Welcome to Wacky Wednesdays. I'm Christy Richardson, the Children's Director at Northside Church. Let's have some fun.
It's a noisy girl life. It's a noisy girl life.
Happy Wacky Wednesday!
Woo!
Just playing a little Connect Four with my bestie.
Right here on yellow.
I needed her help today to tell our wacky story. I don't even know if I should begin or you should begin.
Well,
Should
I think
set
that
the scene?
everyone who's watching probably knows that Christy takes great joy in just making fun of me. And it's probably fair because there are plenty of things to make fun
You
of.
give me lots of material. She gives lots of material
Yeah.
regularly.
So this is one of those times where I think she thought she was going to be funny and was picking on me.
Okay, so I'll set the scene. I'm at church. So like I said, this wacky story involves Lisa. I'm at church. She's waiting on me. She's picking me up in her car to go somewhere.
By the way, as usual, I'm waiting on her.
I don't know where we're going. She's in her car. So I know she's here. So anyway, for some reason, I don't know what she's done to irritate me. She's done something to irritate me again regularly. So I'm irritated and I walk out to her. She's waiting for me in her car and her window is rolled down. And I don't even remember what we were talking about or what happened. Do you even know?
I don't even know. All I know is that from when she started walking out of the church, the whole way she's walking to my car, she's just letting her rip, saying this sassy thing, that sassy thing, and you know that. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, unfortunately, I had on some shoes I don't own anymore, and they had a little like wedge kind of heel, which I don't ever wear. I always do like no heel, flat shoes. I can't walk because you know what happens when I try to walk in shoes I shouldn't be walking in, and when I'm being sassy. Totally fell.
Okay.
Totally fell walking to her car.
But what made it the best though is that as she's just tearing me up, just like letting her rip, sassy, 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 and I just, I turned away for a second towards the opposite way, looked back out the window. She gone. She just gone. It was like, she wasn't, I was like, what? So I look and I look outside my window and there she is next to the car on the ground, bit it.
Dying.
And I was like, that's what you get. That's what you get for picking on your friend Lisa. Just you gone.
Dying.
I mean, I've never seen someone disappear that quick.
I did.
Yep.
Dying. I was so embarrassed. And of course I fell when I was kind of like not being the nicest. So, you know, I don't know what that says, but...
Don't say that. It says you shouldn't be sassy to your best friend.
That's what it
Is
says.
it gonna come back
No
and bite
sass.
you? No sass!
No sass. Speaking of sass, let's hear another wacky story. Let's hear from Miss Sassy Mitzi.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wacky Staffy, taking us back, making us laugh. Wacky Staffy, making us laugh. It's a wacky staff. It's a wacky staff. Woo!
My mother says that I was born with a need for speed, which means that I spent most of my childhood running and biking and skiing and climbing and anything as fast and furious as possible. And so I want to tell you a story that happened the summer that I turned 7. I spent most of that summer at the local swimming pool. It was a big swimming pool with a Olympic diving area and an Olympic-sized swimming pool leading into that diving area, 2 kiddie pools. There were picnic tables with a big concession area. It was just a great place to spend your summer. So every day I head to the pool and my friends were content to stay in either the kiddie pools or the swimming area. But me, of course, I wanted to head for the diving area. There were 3 diving boards. There was a low one, a medium one, and then right in the middle, there was a 15-foot diving board. Now, when you are 7 years old and about 4 feet tall, 15 feet off the ground is amazing and scary and exciting, and that's where I wanted to go. So the lifeguard said there's no height limit or age limit. You just simply have to be able to climb and jump and swim to the side. So that's where I spent my summer. Every day, up the ladder. Yes, it was terrifying, but if you run fast, it was just so much fun as you flew off the end and then swam to the side over and over and over until one day I go to get in line and somehow I ended up in the middle of a bunch of junior high boys. Now, they were not being mean. They were not trying to bully me or hurt me. They were just roughhousing and having fun. To be honest, I was probably invisible to them. I was tiny and they were tall and they weren't interested in this little 7-year-old girl. But somehow I ended up in the middle of them. We head up the ladder and they're roughhousing with each other. And somehow, as I'm stepping from the ladder onto the diving board, I got pushed. So, yes, I cracked my head. No, it did not split open and blood go everywhere. Yes, I ended up in the hospital. So, there was anything redeeming at all. It was that the next summer, I got to be the first person to go up the brand new non-skid stairs on the diving board. So no moral of this story except maybe when you're up in high places, be really careful. Don't scare your moms to death. Know that we miss you a lot here at church, and I hope that this will be over soon so that I can see you again. All right, I love you much. Mwah.
Bible story. Yeah.
Wow.
That was a wacky story.
That was something. We might need to be a little bit more specific when we explain what wacky is.
You know what? It was perfect.
It was, Mitzi.
Thank you, Mitzi.
We love you, Mitzi. That was quite the story.
Hey, it had to do with falling.
And it's perfect.
My story had to do with falling.
Yes.
Noisy. She didn't fall. She jumped.
No, but she was jumping down. Yeah.
But it's the theme of the day because our Bible story has to do with falling too.
Yes.
It's a wacky story. I had never even heard of it before. Lisa told me about it, so I want her to tell you about it too.
Yeah, this is definitely a wacky story, and especially because it's someone that you already know, and it's about the Apostle Paul. And so that means, of course, that we are in the New Testament. We are not going to take time talking about his wonderful transformation story when he made a lot of changes in his life, but we are talking about when he is a missionary and he is spreading the word of the resurrected Christ to all these different places. And he was, by the way, he was a fantastic writer. We know him as writing all these books in the Bible and in the New Testament because there were letters to these churches that he was helping on. Wonderful letters. I'm not sure how good of a speaker and preacher he was. I know. It makes him a little bit more human. I kind of actually like Paul more after knowing this story because he's just kind of this untouchable,
Paul.
Paul. It's Paul. You don't mess with Paul. But so Paul was talking to this group of people, and they were on the third story, the third floor of this building. And it's in Acts chapter 20. So you can check this out. Acts chapter 20. Read it. Starts, I think, in verse 7 and continues on for a little bit. And it just said that he was talking into the night.
Oh, no.
And went on and on. And this poor young man named Eutychus. Everyone say that. Eutychus. Okay, he was trying so hard to stay awake, y'all, and just trying to be inspired because it's Paul. And it says that Paul just went on and too long, and Eutychus fell out of the window from 3 stories up onto the street. Just crashes down. Wow.
I know. Mitzi fell 15 feet. This is more than 15.
This is more like 30. Or about
so
30.
he was hurt.
He was hurt, but that beautiful thing, again, it's Paul. Crazy and wonderful things happened with Paul. Went out, helped Eutychus out, healed him up. He was okay. The Bible says then they went back to breaking bread and having a good meal. And then Paul continued to talk until the morning. Okay, it's all right. It's okay. Right. You know what? We love Paul. We love his writing. That must have been something else.
Something else to see. And we'll hear more stories about Paul next Wednesday. I think we're going to continue.
His life is nuts.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about more of the strange adventures of Paul next Wednesday. So y'all will have to tune in then. And of course, you can find us again on Sunday for Sundays at the Intersection. So we will see you then. Until then, you all have a wonderful week.
See you later.
Bye.